All right, welcome guys. You know I've been saying for about the last couple of months we are going to be doing another Wavy baby. We're using number 2 in terms of the type of Wavy baby we're going to use. And we're going to start in with the wrapping technique. You can see how the partings have already been defined. So we've got a side part, we've got some front action going to be rolling towards the face. We're going to go down as low as we can in the back. And by the way, you can see the remaining of the former Wavy babies. Now we're doing this at the Amico school. We're going to just watch a little bit of this wrapping technique. We're bookending and we're actually putting in the end papers, as you can see, on a double end paper wrap. And you'll note that
under directing these.
Okay, a little looser, a little lower, a little bit of under direction.
And I'm doing it as a double flat. Because we want more of a wave pattern, not so much as a curl.
Okay, and that's a sandwich wrap. Now you're going to notice on the front we're going to do a little bit of over direction off the part. And the reason for the over direction is we want some volume, which is going to be the indentation
now
underneath.
Now you can go to 1. Now
okay.
I'm going to go to a book.
Okay, now book it.
What I'm doing with the partings too is I'm also taking zigzag partings because I don't want to, it makes it easier for when the hair goes to style it that there's no separation.
Okay, no steps. Okay, so we have been going from double bookended, also moving along to singles. And the reason for that was based on what the outcome is going to be. So in some cases we were concerned with partings and where there was going to be a melt between straight hair and wavy hair.
I'm going to be taking zigzag partings and blend it. It'll give me the separation so it'll melt. So you won't see the straight lines as it is if you were going in and we're taking straight partings. By doing it zigzag, it blends it all throughout. And it gives her the look so it makes it easier to style.
Mm-hmm. And the other issue is going to be the type of solution and the kind of structure of hair. You'll notice that on the top, her hair is high lift color, and we're using a 10N, which is natural, and then we will go ahead and use a little bit of I'm Blonde, which is a cream bleach to it. And then I use 1.5 levels of developer, meaning that for every ounce of color, I'm using 1.5 ounces of developer or enzyme developer. And I'm also using the solution in this case, which is going to be 2. We are doing a water wrap. This is not a wrap where we are already having the solution. The important thing is to realize that the solution is going to be a cysteamine. It is not going to be a thio. So I'm going to use the lightest solution we have, which is for decolored hair, which means bleached hair. And you'll notice that in the back area, we're using an 8N in the crown with a 30 volume. And then at the nape, I'm using a 6N with a very simple 10 volume. Here is the result. As you can see, the parting that she had put in. You'll see how the rods are just horizontal to the floor. As we rotate, you'll see that these are brick laid. And let's stop right here so we can go all the way down. We'll see how much hair we left out. At the very bottom, this is all zigzag. The same as her color. We zigzag the parting so you don't see how the color changes. And then over here on the side. All right, and it's a little diagonal. I see a couple little pieces, they're ornery, but we'll take care of that. All right, we're gonna take her off to the bowl. Let me just glance over here again. This is what we're gonna be utilizing. Gonna love it. Go. So she is rinsing it, but you'll notice we're not rinsing it at really high volume. The purpose of that is we don't want to dislodge any of the rods to make certain that they're in place. Remember, very fine hair, not all that long.
So when by doing it this way, you may have to rinse a little bit longer.
We're rinsing for about 5 minutes before we start the neutralization process. So right now we do have a towel on it. We are going to give cotton. We are going to actually go on each one of the rods, take out the moisture, and we did use a low volume type of water spray, but at the same time it was medium to, not hot, but medium to say warm. Yeah.
If there's too much water in the hair left from rinsing, it'll dilute the neutralizer. And then what's going to happen to the curl?
Put out. I think you can see that we've got fairly good retention. It didn't unwind or loosen up. Okay, we are now neutralizing, and I think that you can see it's really looking great. We've got good secure rod placement. Nothing at this point. Okay. Right? She's got our cotton that's wrapped underneath there, but as you know, sometimes it has a tendency to drip a little bit, but it's going well. All right, we're going to leave this on for 5 minutes. All right, we have now had this on for 5 minutes, and it is done, so now they come out. We're going to leave the rods in. We're going to leave the rods in our rinsing. And just in the back area, we're taking some of these out. We're going to leave them in. All right. And the reason for us leaving them in is we need them to be really rock solid up in this area. In the nape area, we want it to actually blend together. So that's why we have been able to take those out. All right. All right. Now you can see the curl pattern.
I'm coming here next week again, or maybe tomorrow.
All right, very nicely done. Okay, this is the perm, and we just took her out of the bowl area. I'm going to have her rotate around, a little bit of a turn, a little bit of a turn, a little bit of a turn, continue to turn. You can see the wave pattern, how it's actually when it came out of the rods. We haven't combed through it yet, but we did neutralize it. I think it looks pretty good. And then we'll see you on the inside.